folks, let's see if we can't figure out which equation goes with this graph. All right, so things I note, I can see I have a horizontal asymptote at y equals 3. So I'm gonna just take note of that. I have a horizontal asymptote at y equaling 3. And usually if we have just our regular rational function like 1 over x, it's centered at y equals 0, right? So it's usually centered. I'm gonna draw kind of the xy axes in here. Like this is more of the origin. So this thing has been shifted up 3 units and to the right 1 unit. And so I also want to take note that I have a vertical asymptote at x equaling 1. And if I have a VA at x equaling 1, then there's no way x plus 1 is going to be that denominator, because if I plugged 1 into this, 1 plus 1 would be 2. That doesn't zero out my denominator. It can't be x plus 1, okay? But it could be x minus 1. That is totally possible. So, okay, we've got that as a possibility. Then I have to decide, am I looking at 3 minus 1 over x plus 1 or 3 plus 1 over x plus 1? These are both shifted up 3 units. All right, we just have to decide, did I have a negative in front of this term or a positive? And if you think about your toolkit function, 1 over x, right? 1 over x looks like this, right? And as I start to look at this graph isn't quite that, right? If you look, it doesn't have a term up in the upper right and the bottom left. It's been reflected over this horizontal asymptote of y equals 3. Now I'm gonna check this, because when something's been reflected like that, I actually think the negative is gonna be in play. But what I would do at that point is I would go to my y equals, clear out whatever we last had, and check it. And you also could have done this from jump, but I wanted to explain it a little bit, right? So there we start to see that graph for that equation matches the graph I'm looking at. So to me, it comes down to, I see the horizontal shift, I'm going up 3 units. These all go up 3 units. I see the vertical shift, I went right 1 unit because my VA is now at x equals 1. That rules out A and B. Then I have to decide, did I have a positive lead or a negative lead? And when it's positive 1 over x, it looks like this. If I were to graph negative 1 over x, it would reflect to the other 2 quadrants. And that's what this looked like. So I'm going with C as my answer. All right, thanks so much. Bye.